Have you had your leadership bell rung recently? Summits are supposed to ring leaders' bells.
This world has forces that will try to crush you, but even worse than that, they will try to lull and seduce you into mediocrity.
Somewhere between our first breath and our last breath, the extraordinary nature that God placed in us is beat out of us, broken out of us, lost to us. And the church needs to be the nurturer of the human spirit.
You know, in silence, you leave many and be with the one.
Following a talk on humility, which I loved, I don't want you to think that it's like, I am the most vulnerable, humble guy in the world. Even if I am. Even if I am.
If you want to see the land filled with water, dig some ditches.
Children cannot go out there and represent their own interests in this. So we, as the adults who know that this system is broken, are going to have to be the ones that stand up and do something about it.
Wherever you are, God has called you to be a steward over a vision. You tell me why your next 5 years couldn't be your best 5. Why go out with a whimper? I mean, why hobble to the end? Why not break the finish line in a full sprint?
Two years ago, I had my first opportunity to attend the Global Leadership Summit. At first, I wasn't sure what it would mean to me. I'm not the head of a corporation, I'm not a pastor on staff here, but the summit theme every year is Lead Where You Are. A particular thing I recall is Bill Hybels asking, where are you in terms of being challenged in your work level? Are you dangerously over-challenged and at risk of burning out? Are you under-challenged and becoming a bit lazy? Or are you appropriately challenged in your work? And then he asked, when do you think you do your best work? When are you the most productive? Now, I would have thought that would be right when you're appropriately challenged, but he said research shows that when you're just a little above being appropriately challenged is when you do your best work and are most productive. It's like building a muscle, and I have found that to be so true, and it's a comfort when I'm just feeling like I'm a little bit maxed out, that this is when I can do my best work and be the most productive.
Well, the summit is coming to VCC and I'm so excited. I've had the privilege of attending for 2 years, and every single conference, every speaker that speaks at the conference has given me something to take away with. I especially resonated with Jeff Mann. He spoke 2 years ago on his book called The Land Between. And I was sitting there thinking about what he was saying to all of us about the Israelites and how they were in a dry spell for about 40 years. And they grumbled instead of giving God the glory. And I bought his book because I was coming off of a season in my life where my daughter came home from college and she had experienced 4 years of an amazing Christian community. And we really had to drag her and bring her home. And she was now in a dry spell of the land between. And I shared this book with her. And as a result of that little spark at that summit, that particular speaker, my daughter got up and started a comm group for inversion and made a decision to get up every day and help build the inversion community here at VCC.
Hi guys, I wanted to give my recommend for the Global Leadership Summit. They go over all sorts of things, how to run meetings better, more efficiently, to interpersonal communication skills. So they cover the gamut. They really challenge you as an individual, but they do it in a way that does not compromise the message of Christ. So it's highly accessible for anyone, yet they challenge everyone at every leadership level. So if you guys get the opportunity to go to this, I would highly recommend it. Whether you are a CEO, whether you're a pastor, whether you hope to be a leader in some capacity someday, or whether you just want to communicate better with the people that you know and are around, this is an awesome opportunity. I know I'll be there, so I hope to see you there.
share Jesus over a cup of coffee.
I will work hard in everything I do.
I will make the world around me a more beautiful place.
I will be the light in my community.
I will!
I will serve God by translating the gospel through sign language.
I will keep praying for China.
We will love one another.
I will write a new song which will draw people closer to God in a new way.
We will make time daily for God to form our character.
We will serve the Lord with faith and joy.
I will pursue the vision that God has for my life.
I will honor God right where I am.
Я буду любить.
I will be a better leader.
I will finish the race.
We will support each other in community as mothers of special needs children.
أنا مولود حر. قررت إني أعيش حر.
I will stand up for what I believe.
Я направлен свои зепсуты.
We will be unsophisticated for God.
Я сделаю все для развития церковного лидерства в моей стране.
I will serve the kingdom by actively showing the love of God to our nation.
I will press the law at a Shanghai stadium.
أيا كان نوع المساعدة اللي أقدر عليه.
I will lay everything on the altar for God. I will not waste another day. I will start now.